do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. I hope it never ends. Let's being more than friends. Yeah. You know I'm here to stay every single day. Yeah. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Falling into your arms, dancing up in the stars. Where I'd rather be than with you. I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me. Wish that I could stay. Wish for this moment to never go away. But it's all in my mind, and though I know that there is nothing to find, you're a beautiful sight in the summer night. And you can't put up a fight in the misty light. See how you've grown while you roam in the streets all alone. All you can see, thinking about what your life came to be. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. like the mothers of Brazil find their way. We're all on our own, but you're the most beautiful I've ever known. You're a beautiful sight in the summer night, and you can't put up a fight in the misty light. Clouds and thunders standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Songs of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still sore, yeah, now, ooh, when you're gone, I still have a long way to walk, I'm sure. It'll take a while to reach the golden shore. Walls and mountains standing in my way, but I must try to figure it out anyway. Tales of worries travel with the storm, but I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone. And now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know things won't be the same no more, I'm sure. It'll take a while 'cause I'm still sore, yeah, now, ooh, when you're gone, ooh, I know I still have a long way to walk, I'm sure. It'll take a while to reach the golden shore. I must try to figure it out alone. Yeah, I must try to figure it out alone.
Hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Hunky Vape Mixin and Chillin time. It's been an amazing weekend. After working so hard to get that Global 20 out last week, My wife had a rough day over the weekend too, so we decided we're going up to camp. So that's where we went up Sunday. And on top of it all, found out there was a little bit of a leak on the roof, so had to spend half the day cleaning it off. It was actually kind of therapeutic getting up on the edge of the camper on the roof and scraping off the old putty that's up there and the old sealant and pulling out the caulking gun, putting some new stuff down. But I'm so excited to be back into doing the advocacy, back into doing the live mixing, doing this wonderful show with all you wonderful people out there. Let's take a look and see who all we have going on. Professor Milky stopped by earlier and said hi. Simpson, hello and welcome. Yay, it's hunky time. Lance Ward, g'day to you. Neil Pitts, hello and welcome. And Dusty Road, I see you're here. Awesome. What a wonderful day today. Enjoy our lovely vapes. And I was totally amazed last week. You know, most of the time when I do the research and the news, I get all frustrated because I see all the prohibitions that are out there and all the misinformation that's being shoved down the throats of every consumer of media out there. But this week, I got to go and take a look at the e-cigarette summit. And I attended the one this year. But finding the episodes on Venmo from last year and getting to watch those presentations and those things, it's just unbelievable how things have changed over the course of the past year. The results that we see now in the PMTAs is not what was anticipated. And we're going to jump over and take a close look at just one question and answer from this session, because it baffles me how we went from we're going to have flavors, there's going to be multiple companies available to us to choose from, to where we are now, where our only option, if you want to have a legal vaping product in the United States, has to come from Big Tobacco. Plus Enjoy. But they've gotten so big, they might as well call themselves Big Tobacco. Anyway, let's flip over and take a look at this.
Flip back. Matt, let me ask you a question. And everyone, I really appreciate Matt and yesterday Kathy Crosby participating, because having been a Fed for 20 years myself, I understand the complexities of doing an open forum like this. So thanks very much, Matt. A question came in that asking, is the FDA concerned that the outcome of this new regulatory hurdle for safer nicotine vape products will be a market dominated by big tobacco companies? Is that a concern?
No, not for me personally. Well, first, actually, let me thank the organizers and other panel members for inviting me and having me here. I'm happy to be here today and talk with you guys on what obviously is a very important topic. No, I don't think it's a concern. I know, we at the FDA is we're looking at, what we do as regulators. We're always concerned about making sure that we're being as fair as possible to all manufacturers and not singularly focused on the larger manufacturers necessarily. And so, for example, with our application review that we're doing as a result of the September 9th deadline, we're reviewing applications for manufacturers of all different sizes, not just the bigger manufacturers. And so, again, we do our part as regulators to, make sure that we're at least giving equal attention across the board. Now, what happens as a result, for example, of the application review, I can't predict. I don't know whether there will be manufacturers of all different sizes that get positive marketing orders or not. It's too early to say that, but what I can say is at least that we're expending effort across the board, regardless of manufacturer size.
Great, thank you. Let me throw one out to all of you, and I know.
See what I mean? He said, yeah, I know I can't predict what's going to happen, but he foresaw that there were going to be multiple manufacturers out there. It wasn't going to be just Big Tobacco. And that's not the case. Well, it is what it is. So we got to make the most of what we got available to us. And If the FDA and border control and customs all decides to crack down on everything, well, that's the whole reason why we have this Mixin' and Chillin' show. Those of us that have been doing this for a while, we're not going back to cigarettes no matter what. We've got our devices. We can make our own liquids. There's no reason for any of us to ever go back to smoking. That's that Myogi's cappuccino. I took this to camp yesterday. Had a great time with it. Such a small little device. An amazing flavor. And that's a DIY liquid we mixed up right here on the show. Myogi's cappuccino. Amazing. One thing, though, that I did happen to notice is a lot of these juices that we've been mixing up, though they may taste really good, and they have, a flavor profile that we can kind of recognize and enjoy, they're all missing some component that you would find like in a commercial juice. For some of them, yeah, maybe you just need to bump up the sweetness a little bit. But a lot of the ones that we've mixed up here, I've come to find out that the flavor is nice, but it dries out your mouth in a way that no commercial juice would ever do. Because if it does that to you, you'll enjoy it, but it won't be an all-day vape for you. So, playing around a little bit with the one strawberry recipe that we made, this was the original strawberry lemonade. Very good watermelon base, has a hint of lemonade to it. And I went and just playing around, I took a little bit of dragon fruit and dropped 1 or 2 drops directly into the tank just to see how it would affect the flavor. And let me tell you, that moved this recipe from being just a simple watermelon lemonade into something that could be sold as a commercial juice. It's just fantastic. It's so simple to make up our own recipes. And with a little bit of tweaking and a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of common sense, we can make them our new all-day vape. So, how about I go and I put the music back on? Let's go mix up a random recipe for today. See what we can come up with. All righty. Let's flip over and take a look at our... I know I didn't prep this, so this is going to be a dangle clack. I already know it. Wrong. There we go. Fantastic. All right, time for Sherlock Holmes to make his beautiful appearance. Let's take a look at my flavor stash and ask the question, what can I make today? And this is the wonderful thing. You can go and set up an account in eLiquid Recipes. Doesn't cost you anything. Enter the flavoring ingredients that you have, and you can go through the same process, and it will create a custom list based upon what flavoring ingredients you have in your inventory and what has already been developed as a recipe for you to try out. So let's flip it through here. What are we going to make today? You guys have any suggestions on any type of flavor profile that you would be interested in? Drop it in the chat and let me know. Will this affect the sale of nicotine, 70-30, 6 milligram from nicotine wholesalers come September 9th? We should stock up. Well, the truth of the matter is there is no law preventing you from ordering e-liquids from out of the country for your personal use. So if you want to go to Dash Vapes or you want to go to any other website that's out there, You want to go into the UK and look at their vendors that are out there? Well, guess what? You can place an order and you can get commercial e-liquids. This isn't going to, the laws that are out there in the PMTA process, and even if the FDA cracks down based on the fact that they haven't authorized any e-liquids in the United States, that's not going to prevent you from being able to go overseas and order stuff in. The only thing that might get you on is taxes. Because if your state has a tax on these products, well, then you're going to be responsible to pay that tax. Or be one of the ones that skirt the law because they didn't do it. They just ordered it and the vendor is out of the country, so they're not going to go after them. They don't care. It's a personal choice. Now, as somebody that's supposed to be advocating for this, you should do the right thing, but who's going to be policing you to make sure that you did? Customs and Border Protection might at some point, but I have a feeling we're a long ways away from something like that. Lance Ward says, I will never put a cigarette in my hand ever again. Yep. Awesome. So let's see what we got. What other recipes can we make today? That lime one that we mixed up last week, that's actually really good. And it doesn't really need much sweetness to it. Yeah, it's not a really overly sweet juice, but it's nice balance of lime and fruit. It's just a pleasant vape. Well, let's see here. We've done a cappuccino before. We've done a bunch of strawberries. We have the custard. Will's custard. I'll put that on the table here. We'll try that after we come up with a nice recipe here. What's this berry sweet? Okay. Looks like harvest berry, super sweet, and sweet strawberry. We did one like that last week. Let's pass on something else. That apple juice we made last week was also pretty good. Or was that the week before? Days are starting to rub together and fall's just right around the corner. I've done personally of guava, mango, and pineapple before. It's a delicious combination. It's just a matter of getting the proportions right. Let's jump a couple pages down. Dragon fruit, pink lemonade, and sweet guava. That sounds like an interesting combination. I think we're going to mix that one up for today. All right, so let's get our little bottle out. We're also going to get our ingredients. Pink lemonade from Capella and sweet guava from Capella.
Now you can see the world, but you're blinded by the light, leading you from reason and straight into the night.
Okay. And then TPA Dragon. Awesome. 3 little ingredients. Let's switch to the overhead camera. Move all of our things that we just got done cleaning and wicking. That was something I just picked up. Ordered some shoelace cotton right on Amazon. Organic shoelace cotton. That's all I searched for. Came across this. Now, looking at the cotton, it looks just like any other organic cotton. And it was relatively inexpensive too, for 90 pieces. And it's so much quicker. You saw me just literally pull it out once I found the right size, slipped it right through, snipped it, and I'm done. Fantastic. Well, Dr. Mel Nilsson, your book's going to have to move so I can get access to the scale. We'll move all of our tanks and mods aside. Fantastic. So dragon fruit, we're looking at 1.23. Now for pink lemonade. Pink lemonade is 0.9. And sweet guava from Capella is 1.23. Well, that's a hair over. Blend that up. We'll get our secret sauce out. Need 1.86.
From miles away, I can tell there's something's off. The way you look and how you pause when you talk. I think I said enough. You said you love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we are in your car. Let me see who you are, who you really are. Yeah. Don't need you here to say you're sorry.
PG is 4.05.
If you're gonna leave me, then just do it.
And that was one of the best things I did, is putting it inside of a 120 ml bottle.
I just gotta know if you're gonna leave me, then just do it.
Fantastic. Blend that up. And now that we've been doing this for a while, for a 30 ml bottle, it's going to be 26.5 of vegetable glycerin.
Be honest for a second. Yeah, you're being over your head, babe. 'Cause there is no one other than me that can make you feel the way you feel when I hold you. I think I said enough. You said you love for me something brand new. You said this is something you would never do. Here we
Beautiful.
are in your car. Let me see who you are, who you really are. Yeah, don't need you here to say you're sorry. 'Cause if
Lance Ward, no, I don't have the atemporal started yet. I'm going to be doing that today. Vaping Heed, hello and welcome. I need to get a hold of you today after the show and get you set up so we can do a Zoom meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vaping Heeds agreed to come on the show for us. We can chat back and forth, have a nice conversation between what it's like for him over in the UK and what it's like over here for us. Awesome.
don't need you here to say you're sorry.
Now let's get out our little Bushido we have.
Take it slow, don't be gentle. No, I just gotta know if you're gonna leave me, then just do it.
Smells good.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now there's something in the air and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within. Dream
I'm not sure what to make of this one.
we go, easy, easy on our tiptoe.
It has an interesting flavor profile. It's not very clear. I think this one's one of those ones that's kind of going to settle a little bit after it sits for a day. It also has kind of a perfumey sense to it. And I don't know if it's just because it's just on the shake and vape or whether that's what this recipe is going to end up producing. It could do for some sweetness. And that's something that I'm going to do for the next episode. I'm going to pick out a simple plain fruit recipe, something that we've already done before that has a pretty dry taste to it. And next episode, I'm going to pull out 3 different kinds of sweeteners and make the exact same recipe. And the only thing we're going to change is the 3 different sweeteners to figure out what's the advantages and disadvantages of each of them. Besides the common sense stuff that we've already figured out doing mixing for a while.
Bigger scale the world inhales as we go.
It's pleasant. It's a dry vape, not very sweet. So I'm going to put this one up on the shelf, enter it into my Excel sheet, start the review on this recipe. It's enjoyable, but it's a dry vape. And some people, that's not something they're going to enjoy. And then there's other people that look for that kind of a recipe. That's the wonderful thing about flavors. You get to pick whatever suits your fancy. Everybody has different preferences on what they like and don't like. This one's intriguing, but for my taste could use a bit of sweetness. So put that off. And I love having that label, the nice wide label tape, because you can go ahead and mark up any recipes that you make. It's wonderful to be able to come back to it, identify exactly which recipe it was, and try it out. Maybe one day I'll write a cookbook for vaping with all the best recipes that we've come up with here. Awesome! Time for us to find another recipe to mix up. Recipe number 2. And I pulled out the Mongrel. Deuces Jack and Damn Vape made this Mongrel RTA. We're going to open that up after this next recipe and find out how good that is. All right, jumping back over. Go back to our stash. And what can we make? And we're going to jump several pages into it. You know, if I was looking at recipes for myself, This would be very easy to do. But I've been trying to find recipes that I know that my wife would be interested in. And she doesn't care for anything that has any custard in it. Cheesecakes are kind of along the same lines. We've already done a watermelon that she really likes. We did a lime last week. That's just a simple blue raspberry. Nerds. Juicy lemon, raspberry V2, and sweet strawberry. Let's try that one out. All right, we'll put these ingredients back. Juicy lemon from vanilla. Okay. Raspberry V2. Got that. Super sweet and sweet strawberry. Awesome. As I go bumping the microphone on you guys. Okay, so we'll start off with this recipe. Juicy lemon is only 0.15. Obviously, this is an accent flavor, so as not to take over and become a recognizable flavor in. I think that this is basically equivalent of adding just a little sour to a recipe. Next, we go on to raspberry V2, and that's 2.4. It smells stronger than V1. Now it looks like we're going to put an equal amount of sweet strawberry in there, 2.4.
When I look deep into your eyes.
That's one of them flavors when you put it on your tongue, it tickles your tongue, and it just, you could tell that it's like an alcohol base for the strawberry. You get the scent of the strawberry, but you don't get the sweetness of it. Kind of like if you were to go to the garden and pick a fresh strawberry and just take a bite of the skin. Yeah. And the longer it sits on your palate, the more the fragrance is released and the more that you can recognize it as a beautiful sweet strawberry. All right, so super sweet is 0.32. That's 1%.
You lay in the sheets, you hold on to me like I'm already gone, and whisper your words like secrets written in an old moleskin, and look up above. The sunlight seems like it is gonna break in, and something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right. Oh, something ain't
PG is 2.03.
Something ain't right. You straighten my shirt, wearing the skirt that my mother gave to you. I come up behind you and kiss on the side of your neck a few,
And 26.5 for VG.
and turn off the lights. The stars in the sky are turning so clear, and without the words, the feelings unheard can still be just as sincere. But something's not right. Something ain't right. Oh, something ain't right. Something ain't right.
Awesome.
Walking the leaves under the trees without any shoes on, and holding my hand to spin you
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
a song, taking a breath like taking yourself to the hospital, and I feel okay.
I lost the other Bushido.
Same, but I know I'm not healed.
Hmm.
Something ain't right.
Unusual. Well,
Something ain't right.
look at their.
Oh, something ain't right.
We'll use the drop for this one.
Something,
Ah, there's the Bushido. Had it on a little build stand.
something ain't right.
I love trying to stay consistent, and that's why I use the Bushido V3 for all the initial flavor testings in the beginning, because I want to have an accurate representation of it. And this so far has been the cleanest flavor profile and the truest representation of what the actual juice tastes like. Some of these ones, especially when you get a bigger coil like this, it tends to caramelize that initial vape. And that's something I've realized with doing a lot of these reviews and a lot of these RTAs is, at least myself, I tend to pick coils that are a little bit bigger than what would be ideal for that actual device. With the Bushido, you don't get that choice. It specifically says you have to put a small coil in there and run it at a low wattage. But it produces fantastic vapor. Lance Ward says that the Mongrel is a great RDA. Use the glass top that comes with it. Definitely will.
They say time is a healer, just you wait and
What's the total flavor percentage in this? Total flavor percentage is 17.5%. I get the raspberry and strawberry fighting for position. Maybe it's been a while since I've actually had Nerds, but Nerds is a candy, so you would expect to have something that would be sickeningly sweet. Not present in this. I mean, it's not that it's not sweet. There is a sweetness to it. But if I had to try and create a name from this flavor profile to something that somebody would recognize, I guess Nerds kind of is the most accurate. That's one that I'm going to have to catch my wife when she comes home from work and have her try it. See what her opinion is on it. Because our taste preferences are completely different. I recognize flavoring profiles or aspects of a flavor profile that she doesn't. She has a very simplified palate when it comes to something. When she vapes it, she's like, man, that's all I get out of this. Or it's okay. It's tough to impress her with the DIY liquid. It's good. I like it. Set that one off to the side, and I have them positioned. The bottle's right next to the device. So later on, when I go back, they're in order. After the show, I'll go and label them and add them to the sheet. So let's take a look at this mongrel. I've wanted to open this one for quite some time, but with everything else that's going on, I don't get the opportunity sometimes to actually open the ones that I bought personally for my own purposes. I just got this new Max pod in from Free Max. I'm going to start the review on that one. So I got 3 that I'm going to start to film on tonight. I'm going to compare this one, performance-wise, to the Enjoy Ace. My wife picked that up for me so I can give that a try. It's an authorized product by the FDA. Is it something that is worthy of being out there? I mean, Enjoy's the longest running vape company in the country, so that's what I'm going to have to compare performance of this to that. Obviously, the liquid's going to be different because the other one's a closed system. All right, let's take a look at this mongrel, or TA. I went and scribbled out the codes that I can't read, but YouTube's computer can read. So we'll see. And then there's the back. There's the other side. Nice logo. I think that's a bulldog. A rabid bulldog, maybe. Get this plastic off of here. Interesting packaging. So we have ourselves the RTA. There's an airflow insert. We do get a set of coils. This is a mesh tank. Capable? No. I think they just threw them in a bag that they already had. Interesting. Here's our peripheral pouch. Allen key. Squonk pin. No, this squonk pin looks like it's already in there. This is the non-squonk pin. Extra O-rings for the outer glass. And a single coil. Throw that on our home reader build stand. We got a big fat single coil that runs across there, and depending on which way it's wound, left or right, you've got posts on all four corners to help with that. That's interesting.
Wanna be free of this heart, yeah. Wanna feel your arms around me.
I'm not sure about this airflow insert that's supposed to go in here.
Then I would like to admit, let's forget about tomorrow, yeah. Should I hide away forever?
Probably lube up that O-ring.
Should I close my eyes and never again
There's two of them.
call you mine? Think about you every time.
You want to restrict your airflow, or if you want it wide open.
Yeah. You never break, you never lie, you never ever scared of the dark. So why am I the one who cries? I'm so afraid to be left behind.
But the airflow opening on the glass is a little bit smaller
It's like I can't stop,
than the one for the metal
can't stop.
cap.
Yeah, yeah. You never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend that I'm okay. It's just a phase, and everything is
That looks nice.
great. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. Can't stop.
Claims to be a flavor-oriented RDA.
Always knew that this would happen. Yeah. You would find a new distraction. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit.
Push it in and turn it 90 degrees
Let go of tomorrow.
for that center cap.
Yeah. You never break, you never lie, you never ever scared.
Interesting.
So why am I the
All right.
eyes? I'm so afraid to be left behind.
Quit mucking about.
About you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. Can't stop. Yeah, yeah.
Use a familiar flavor.
An argument. So I
And I'm going to try it wide open airflow.
okay. It's just a phase, and everything is going.
We'll lube up that O-ring.
I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. Can't stop.
Push it in.
Yeah.
Oh, that works way better now that the O-ring is lubed up.
It's almost like I can't stop.
1.5 millimeter. Yeah.
Can't stop. No, no. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stop. Can't stop.
3 millimeter inner diameter.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this.
You would think it's Monday. I have a case of the dropsies.
Guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back. While I'm
All right. That should be relatively flat.
now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by.
Nice diameter, nice size. And you push it off to the side, it slightly spaces the coil.
Sometimes I understand I'm making
Clamps down, very nice. And just like the Bushido, on the build deck is slots for you to set it on to help you position it exactly like they want it. That's very nice. All right, let me clamp these other two nuts down to make sure that they're tight. Snip this off. What's that ohm out? 0.21. Beautiful. While that's cooling off, how about we jump back over to chat, see what you guys are up to? You like to watch people mix, but I've never been a big mixer myself, as I have no patience when it comes to steep time. There are plenty of good recipes that are good shaken vapes. A lot of the simple ones, especially the fruits, are good like that. Put in the airflow opposite of how it goes in and then turn. Yep, that's exactly what the instructions said too. You just put it in the sideways and you just give it a 90-degree turn. You've had this one for a while? Awesome. Coil's still hot. Good for a coffee. Well, how about we mix up our third recipe while this cools? And then we'll throw some wick in it and give it a try on the actual mongrel. That's not cheating, that's DIY too. Flavrz makes these one shots, and there are plenty of other flavoring companies out there that have one shots available, and there's plenty of mixers out there that have created their own one shots that are available. There's nothing wrong in mixing up your own, save a little bit of money. You can pick up one of these ones as just the flavoring for less than the cost if you were to buy this as a bottle of juice. Vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol is cheap, easy to come by. So you can easily mix up your own. There's nothing wrong with it, and it's not cheating in my book. Don't forget to change the pin. Thank you. I appreciate you reminding me that. I'll pull that out now so I don't forget. I wish that these little baggies that they sent this stuff in were resealable like the one they send for the cotton. There we go. I'll flip overhead so you can see. All right, same 1.5 millimeter. Yeah, it's a little loose. perhaps this is a bigger size.
I wanna close my eyes and go back, play it in my mind. A movie of us two, yeah, we were happy at the time. Can't remember what it felt like. We used to be so strong.
One pin out, next pin in, and this one's a flathead.
We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it feels like when your heart is aching, when it bleeds?
Put that in the bag so we don't lose it. We'll swap that out once we find ourselves a good flavor that we enjoy and throw it on something like this Pulse X. I'm gonna cheat because I think these are wonderful pieces of cotton. Should fit right in there.
Just like a glove, but I guess that's over now. We've been laying here since 4 a.m. and you haven't said a word to me. Silent treatment, is this what it
Nice tight fit.
when your heart is aching, when it bleeds? If it's over, just say it out loud. Say those words, go ahead, just shout it out. Just be honest, be a man right now. Say it's over. If it's over. If it's over, just say it out loud.
Fits in there wonderful.
Say those words, go
Now we need to make sure that this lines up with the ear hole.
honest, be a man right now. Say
A lot of airflow.
if it's over.
Now I see why they gave you a different adapter to put in there.
His is 4 a.m.
This can be a nice cloud chucker.
Silent
All right.
treatment, is this what it feels
I
like?
can't wait. I'm impatient. I want to put this on something here.
If it's over, just say it out loud. Say
It's
those
on the Lost Vape Cyborg.
just be honest, be a man right now.
Nice tight fit. New atomizer, yes.
If it's over.
What did it read it at? 0.23. Cool. I'm gonna put the recognizable. Flavor on that. See how she pops.
Sun's coming up like the day before. You're like a stone on my pillow. I don't make a sound when I shut the door. You don't have to wake up yet. We can spend all day in bed. I'll put the TV in the room. We'll have a Netflix marathon. Kenny G saxophone. We'll order
Beautiful.
a bunch of food. I'll put your favorite music on all the way baritone. Yeah.
Pop the other
Shut the lights.
cap out. See if it changes at all.
We can spend all day in.
Make sure we're not shorted.
I get the wine and the corkscrew. You don't have to do one single thing.
It's a lot noisier with the metal
How much I want
cap.
you. Just looking at you makes my whole world spin. You don't have to wake up yet.
Nice. I like that.
We
Definitely need the squonker on this one. As much vape as it makes, it sucks that juice dry. Very nice. I like that. Jesus Jack, you did a great job on this. And I really love this glass chuff cap. Drip tip's nice size. Lots of airflow. Wow. Great job. I'm going to enjoy that later. That's definitely going to go onto a squonker. I wish I would have done this one earlier. All right, toss this off to the side. Make up another recipe for today. See what we can come up with. Jump to the end of the list, work our way backwards. Everything strawberry, strawberry, strawberry. There's some watermelon. This is berry lemonade. Natural lemonade from Flavrz West. Sweet raspberry and strawberry ripe. Very similar to the recipe we already have. We did this Niketa. I do not speak Italian. I am sorry for butchering this. Nicoticket betelgeuse. It's delicious. Sour strawberry lemonade, peaches and cream. Let's go with peaches and cream. Very simple recipe using liquid barn ingredients that I haven't touched most of them. So let's jump in and use some liquid barn ingredients. See if we can get these two to blend beautifully. Unfortunately, I need another bottle. So let's adapt this. Make a 30 ml bottle of it. Save it just like it is. Bring the scale back into the picture. And something I need to get back to working on. A long time ago, I made the statement that, I'm going to do a video on how much time smokers actually spend with their habit, and why one of the key fundamentals of any smoking cessation therapy has always been a lack of addressing that time aspect of a smoker's life. And that's one of the reasons why vaping can be so good for the most die-hard smokers out there. Because you can get into the rebuildable aspect of things, you can get into the DIY aspect of things, and find something to occupy your time. That's even more prevalent and more pronounced as a limiting factor if you want to quit smoking as you get older. If you're older than I am and you're retired, you got a lot of time on your hands. So having this crafting aspects of vaping available to you is a fantastic opportunity for you to take and dive headfirst into the swimming pool of vaping. Keeps you occupied, keeps your mind off of things, and gives you something else to do. Most people don't have a hobby. Today's society is so fast-paced that It's ridiculous. But that's just my opinion. All right, so let's get this recipe mixed up. We need Liquid Barnes Vanilla Bean Ice Cream and Liquid Barnes Peach. And both of these are going in there at 10%. Liquid Barnes flavorings, from what I've seen here, is pretty close this way that they're mixed, like Flavrz ingredients. Much higher percentage, and that's because they've already worked it into being exclusively for the vaping community. Yes, I could take and put this vanilla bean ice cream in my coffee as a flavoring agent, and it would be delicious. But when you do it for vaping, you're going to need higher percentages. Like you get a TFA flavoring profile for vanilla bean ice cream, you're going to be putting like 2% in. When you're using a Liquid Barnes ingredient, there's nothing wrong with them asking you to put 10% of this flavoring agent in there, or even as high as 20% for some cases. So this one calls for 10%, which is 3 mils of this flavor. Ooh. Doesn't taste like vanilla bean ice cream. You can smell it. It smells like vanilla bean ice cream. Doesn't taste like it. All right, peach, 10%. We're at 3.48 grams for this. It's a tough bottle to squeeze.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word
Blend that up.
perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better? If I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter?
Close enough. 7.46 of PG.
I never knew quite where I was, then suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do if you are not the one?
Smells right.
For me, then tell me now what I could do.
Now, because of the concentration of VG that's already in the flavorings for Liquid Barnes, we're only going to be putting in 18.92 grams of vegetable glycerin. I got mine from My Freedom Smokes before they quit selling it. There's still plenty of places out there that sells it. One thing you might want to Google is Carolina extracts and search for supercritical fluid. Or you can just search for what you asked for, and there's still a website selling it in the United States. There's also some lists on the DIY mixers groups and Facebook. that try to keep an up-to-date list with prices and stuff. You're just going to have to search for the Facebook groups and join the DIY mixers groups that are out there. Okay.
Tell me you're the one for me now, 'cause what am I supposed to do?
Fantastic.
If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me.
And if our memory serves me right,
That you're the only one for me, and I'm the only one for you.
I'll use the drop. Coil's a little bit smaller on this one.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every
Shouldn't be an issue for some of the websites that are out there.
perfectly
Send me an email, djalex@hunkyvape.com,
piece of
and we can have a conversation about it. Since that's not something that YouTube likes to have us discussing. All right. Here's the lid for the drop. Here's VP Mods dripper. Look at that.
People are smiling, making plans, hiding behind their shades, and you're doing the same. No rain, no
And this is for the recurve.
nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire, but
There.
baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed.
So this is an ice cream.
'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you.
Probably going to take a little while
I bet you're cold.
to get a blended flavor profile.
You're so dead.
Not going to be very accurate on the shake and vape.
It never rains in California.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
The sun is always shining bright. But if the sky would open up, you're staying home, you don't get out. You always used to love the rain, but LA changed you. No rain, no flowers. Nothing's growing where you're at. Heart is fire.
Get the peach and the cream.
Baby, I bet you're cold without me, even when it's 90 degrees. Without me, I bet that you can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold.
You know what? I take it back. That is a good shake and vape.
I bet you're cold. You're so damn cold.
I'm going to have to vape that for a while and see if it's one of those ones that dries out your palate.
No flowers.
Peach is good, known for that.
Growing where you're at. Heart is fire.
I believe it's the malic acid in it.
Baby, I bet you're cold without me, even
With that cream,
90 degrees.
that ice cream, the vanilla bean ice cream coats your tongue.
You can get any sleep in that bed, lying awake. 'Cause I'm not there beside you, keeping you warm and I know. I bet you're cold.
Wow, that's actually really good. And it enhances the flavor of my coffee.
Cold. It never rains in California. The sun is always
Peaches and cream.
bright.
Very simple, 2 recipe ingredient. I'm gonna have to evaluate this one to see if it's something that is worthy of an all-day vape, or is this something that you just go to change things up every once in a while? Throw that on the shelf. That's our 3 ingredients for today. There is another RTA that I do want to get to today. This one is by Suicide Mods. Look at that engraving that's on there. Unbelievable. And in the package, we have spare O-rings, spare grub screws. We have another squonk pin. I'm going to take this one off and put this on the squonker, so we don't have to change that pin, but it doesn't come with a set of coils. Look at that deck. Interesting. Dual coil. That's going to be a fun one to try and get those coils placed properly. And what do we have? Flatheads. I'm going to reach out to a coil builder, see if we can get some coils sent in, because I've got a bunch of them, but I want to be able to use coils that are readily available for you guys. I really love this one from Coil Master. I've been using these for quite some time now. I've got like 3 boxes of these. But unfortunately, the ones that are really good end up getting used up really quickly. So for this one, we're just going to use a simple fused Clapton, 26 gauge times 2, wrapped in 39. And this one is NI 80, 0.3 ohms, plus or minus 0.05. So as a dual, it's going to be a 0.15 or thereabouts. But this is a nice assortment of different kinds of coils. That's one that I made myself using Geek Vape's Clapton wire. This thing is tough as nails. Some of them aren't that good, and some of these complex ones like this has a lot of mass. So I mean, as a single coil, this would be fantastic. You know, maybe in a mech mod or something like that, but you got, look at these complex coils. Parallel, Clapton coil, and some simpler ones. Toss that off to the side because we're going to use these ones here. And being that they are on the same plane, I'm going to need to bend these, pre-bend these. Pair of non-marring pliers. Pick these ones up on Amazon. There, that's going to be nice. Do the same to the other one. Lance Ward says that that's the Nightmare RDA, and that's what he's vaping on right now.
Lost again, going back around. Dreaming of a time when I get
And we're going to need to space them out because if you can see,
Lost in the shadows of a million stars.
that's not going to work just the way it is.
Am I near and far? Shouldn't they at all just tell me where you are? Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine, telling me I will be fine. Baby, I'm stuck with a halfway heart. Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home.
I'm cheating. I'm using the camera as a little bit of a
Halfway
guide because I can see that these aren't spaced evenly.
sing to me if I lose
And
my
there's what the
voice.
end isn't spaced out. So let's pull that a little bit.
Count on my company and I will come. Save me when I am falling. Save me when I am
That ought to fit in there pretty nice.
my love when I fall. Baby,
Prep the other one.
with a halfway heart. Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home. Baby, I'm stuck.
All right, so let's pre-cut these a little bit. Let's take a millimeter off of this.
If I come too far, pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home. Halfway hard,
That ought to work.
love, I'll make it back.
Sorry, guys, you can't see this quite well enough. I will get another camera one of these days so you can get a side view of coils like this. That's not too bad. Let's pull them out over the airflow some more.
As long as I'm able, scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, like
That one's up a little high.
is all I need. Until my heart gives in, I will do everything I can for you.
We'll put this on the build stand so we get an accurate measurement.
You will
0.15. Fantastic.
and move out and beyond your own. But no matter
Burn off all of our stuff that we got our hands on.
stay right here beside you to catch you if you fall. And deep and abiding, liking for you.
Let me turn my phone on vibrate. Apologize for the interruption.
Heart gives in, I will do everything I can for
Cool. Valhalla Mini V2. Best RTI I've had for a long time. Got this one here. It's the Mangala. We mixed up Will's Custard 2 episodes ago. It's been sitting here. Try this thing out every day. Like I said, not the best coils that I put in there, but I love the airflow on this thing. Yeah, that is a beautiful custard now. Perfect. If you love custard, it takes a while for them to ripen, but let me tell you, what an accurate representation of a custard. Is that delicious? Mangala. I'm so glad I picked this thing up. This is one of those ones I picked up at a clearance bin, one of the vape shops we visited. Wow. Delicious. The only thing that can make this better is add a little fruit to it. I had that happy accident when I loaded up the twister. There's something about a fruit and a custard paired together. It's just fascinating. Coats the palate. So delicious. Okay. Some people say this is cheating, using shoelace cotton consistently, but you know what? We live in the year 2022. There's no reason why you shouldn't have the modern conveniences like shoelace cotton. Straighten this out a little bit with our tool, our coily tool. And for a 3mm coil, this cotton is just always the right density. And look at that. Take our tweezers, tuck that down in there. Fluff this end up a little bit. That last one was just a little tighter than I think it should be in the bottom of that. Much better. Fantastic. And now it's just a matter of figuring out what we're going to put on this one today. So, I think it's time. I pulled out another Flavrz One Shot. Marmalade Jam Toast. Greatly appreciate their sponsorship of this channel. And one shots are always an amazing thing for anybody that's first getting into DIY mixing. Some people say it's not real mixing. I say it still is. So let's jump over, create ourselves a new recipe using this one shot. Gonna make a 30 ml bottle of this. We're gonna add the flavor. And just to do something very simple, we're just going to go with 20%. Want a nice, strong flavor. And I'm going to be using this in a pod later on for the review of that. So let's mix it appropriately for that particular setting. And there's our very simple recipe. So we'll pull out our scale. Zoom back out. And we'll clean off our scale. Have a drop of PG on there from the last one that we did. Make a nice little 30 ml bottle of this. That is really good. Wow. Okay, so for this we need 6 grams. Just like that. 2 scoops, 2 squirts. We have our 6 grams. Throw our secret sauce in there. Need 1.25 of our PG. A little bit over, but that's okay. The propylene glycol is what takes the flavors and makes them so aromatic in our vapes. And then 26.5 grams of vegetable glycerin. And just like that, you have a beautiful recipe. That's why I said, no matter what laws they pass, it's going to be impossible for any regulator to try and stop people from being able to do this. It's literally that simple. There you go.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So
Put our scale off to the side.
But I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all. Well, why didn't you call? Something in the
Wow, that smells fantastic.
inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Do you miss me at all?
New coil, yes.
Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call?
Wow.
So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time.
Marmalade jam.
Like you're changing and all.
What a beautiful, simple recipe.
Call.
Just like that.
Something in the
I can't believe it. One ingredient, beautiful marmalade jam.
inexplicable, I can feel it in the air. Can you feel me?
Unbelievable job, Flavrz. This one is bang on. Thank you very much. Fantastic recipe. I'm cleaning out that squonk bottle and filling that up. What a beautiful recipe. All right, let's jump over to chat, see what you guys are all talking about over there. Because we're just about to wrap up today's session. Mixing and chilling. Oh, there's plenty of people that have ordered stuff recently. Vaping Heed, what do you think of the nitrous RDA for single coils? Unfortunately, he's never tried it. I've never tried the nitrous RDA either. Lance Ward says that the nitrous RDA is a must try for flavor. I'll have to look into that. That's one of the problems about being a small YouTuber. I haven't even hit the 1,000 subs yet. And Vaping Heed's been at this much longer than I have, and he's not even there either. When you're a small YouTuber, trying to get something from somebody is like pulling teeth. So we have to be like all the other consumers out there, spend our own money and go buy these things to try it out. And the longer you do this, the harder it is to keep justifying the fact that you're spending hundreds upon hundreds of dollars every month to buy new stuff when you've already got piles upon piles of stuff. And like this Arbiter, once I found this, I mean, I was in love, and I'm still in love with it. Such amazing flavor from a rebuildable tank. It's hard to find anything that comes out that's going to be better than that. We've reached a level in the vaping industry where everything's just fantastic. That's not to say that there aren't bad products out there. We learned our lesson with Voopoo and their TPPX pod tank and this RTA pod tank. Their manufacturing process needs some more Q&A because those little flapper valves for the tank are horrible, way too thin. But the majority of the stuff out there, like I still can't get over this Origin SE. Look at this tiny little pod.
I can see it in your eyes that you're shaking.
Real vape. Beautiful, fine vapor. Full of flavor. And a little tiny. It's not disposable. Has a built-in battery. You can pop this out, change the coil. Throw it in your pocket, and you're good to go. The only reason my wife hasn't stole this and used it as her all-day vape now is because of the flavor that I originally put in there. I put my vanilla bean espresso mixed with Flavrz ingredients into here, and I love it. But it's a flavor she doesn't want. She wants to drink her coffee. She doesn't want to vape it.
If you want, open your door. If that's what you want, then baby, try to believe me when I say.
Vaping Heat says that his most recent purchase is the Blaze RTA by Mike Vapes and Thunderhead Creations, and it's awesome. So I highly recommend you guys go over to his channel and check out his review on that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've made some amazing recipes today. Marmalade jam. I'm going to be vaping this the rest of the day. Yep, Suicide Mods, you did a fantastic job with this. Wonderful flavor. Love the airflow. Just a hint of restriction, but it's perfect. I love it. Compared to that one we did earlier, this has a lot more airflow than that. So I could change that center cap out. I wish they would have designed a way for you to change that center cap without having to remove your coil, but it is what it is. Wow. Such wonderful flavor, an amazing vape. There's no reason for anybody to keep smoking anymore. Sorry. That's my personal opinion. With flavor options like we have before us today, there's absolutely no reason to keep smoking. It's difficult to try and keep up with the new shinies, as it does cost a fortune. I completely agree with you. Lance Ward says he really enjoys the Blaze RTA and the Dead Rabbit 3. I got the Dead Rabbit 1. I got the Dead Rabbit 2. Bought with my own money. They're okay. Do I want to go out and buy the Dead Rabbit 3? Looking at the view counts on the reviews that I've been putting up, I have tons of devices that are fantastic. Do I need to add another one to my collection that's already been reviewed by dozens of other people out there? I typically go for the ones that people haven't reviewed and try and put up videos for that. But even that's hard to do nowadays. There's people doing this all over the world. I'm going to keep doing it because I do want this channel to grow, because I want more people to find out about how good vaping is to quit smoking. Wow. All right. Kenny, I'll be getting a hold of you after this live stream. Set up a time we can get the bugs worked out for our Zoom meeting. I'll have you on next week if you're available. The time slot works for you. And for all of you out there watching the show, I greatly appreciate you guys coming out each week. Just doing my part to help the vaping community. There's thousands upon thousands of recipes out there people have mixed, and nobody's done any reviews on them. But for somebody that's brand new coming into the DIY community, it'd be nice to have at least some kind of a review from at least one person on these recipes. When you go and decide what flavors you want to buy, it'd be nice to know that you've got half a dozen recipes that have been rated highly that is going to be a good place for you to start from. And then once you get the experience of mixing your own recipes and your own ingredients, well, then you can take your flavors that you've got there and come up with your own recipes. Knowing that you've got the experience under your belt to put the right proportions of each flavoring ingredient in there to build a flavor profile. And then you can tweak it to your liking and get an amazing recipe. So I guess that's going to wrap it up for today. I really appreciate all you guys coming out. My message is always peace, love, and a hunky vape to end cigarette combustion. Have a great day, everyone.
Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence so loud. I wish, oh